Hello, Fruitport High School chemistry students. So Mr. Kovalek coming back at you with our next directions for our distant learning day. So on the previous class, we went over solids, liquids, and gases and talked about the different things with that. And I want to spend a lot more time talking about gases. So specifically, there's 4 variables that interact with the gas. And we have temperature of a gas is important, the pressure of a gas is important, the size of the container that the gas is filling, and the amount of gas. And so you can imagine, like, what happens to your bicycle tires if you change the amount of air inside? How does that affect the size of the tires or the pressure of the tires? Or if it's really cold outside, how does that affect the pressure in the tires and the size of the tires? And so I want to see all those interactions. So to do that, we're going to use this PHET simulation. So you should have gotten this handout, and you'll need to open up a new window in Google. And here we go. So PHET is spelled P-H-E-T, and you can type in gas. Maybe it will autofill in gas properties for you. And you'll open up the website. So you'll get this. You're looking for phet.colorado.edu. Maybe I'll put that link in the assignment for you. And kind of going slow as I'm recording. Sorry about that. And we'll open up by pushing play. Now, this should work in any desktop computer, and the updates, it should work in the Chromebooks. And in class, we did have a chance to check that out. So this, we'll do a couple PHET simulations throughout the year, but the first one I'm going to do is on gas properties. And again, the Chromebook is moving a little slower than the desktop. Okay. So we're going to go back and forth with this table that I want you to fill out and eventually graph by changing this. So we'll do one experiment. We'll change the temperature and we'll change the pressure, or we'll see how the pressure is changed. So back to the simulation. Well, sorry, this is not so efficient. We'll open up this tab that it says ideal gas. And what you'll want to do is put some gas in there. Now, there's 2 ways that you can pump gas in. You can pump gas in like this, or under this tab that says particles, you can just type in a number. You can, you can add something like 1 at a time or 50 at a time, or I think you could just type in a number, right? So if I want to put some other ones here. Oh, maybe I can't. So I might have to go to 150 or a nice even number like that. All right, and here I can record the temperature. I can do it in Celsius or in Kelvins. Down here we can change the temperature by adding ice cubes or adding fire, and you got to click and hold it down. And then you'll notice that the temperature has changed. This pressure gauge is always measuring the pressure. And this handle can be expanded or contracted to change the size of the container. Now we're going to click on this width, and you know this the length is shown 11.5 nanometers. Nanometers are really small. We're just kind of pretending we're zooming in to this. And now we also, because it's a 2-dimensional square, not a 3-dimensional square, we have a little bit of an issue with that. So we're just going to do length. So right now I can record our first PHET line, right? I'm going to write down that we have 150 particles and 11.5. Now I don't really have to worry about this so much that I have these numbers in my data table. We had 11.5 nanometers, and the amount was 150 particles, okay? And I'm going to type these down just in case something happens, the computer program closes. I can come back and remember what I had in case I can't get all 4 things, all 4 lines. So it looks like the temperature is 51 Celsius. And the pressure keeps changing, but I'll do 16.6 is kind of what it's wobbling around. So I'll type in 51 degrees Celsius here and 16.6 ATM. I'll go back and put a C here for Celsius. All right, so now to continue with this experiment, I need a new temperature. So maybe I'll heat it up and heat it up and heat it up. And I don't want to heat it just a little bit, but 82 is a pretty substantial number. So I'll now type 82, and my new pressure, that's, I don't know, 18.0. It's about 18.0. And I would then continue to type that in these squares here and here. Once I have that 4 times, I can make a graph underneath. And then you'll do the same thing with the rest of the papers, changing different variables. Okay, so the PHET simulation, you got to find it on the internet search, and you need to change what you need to change. So again, if you need to change the number of particles, you can just click buttons here and change the number of particles. If we need to change size, we do this, and the size will be here. Again, this is where the width comes in and out. And then you can change temperature by adding heat or fire, or you could change the temperature. So do the best you can, collect the data, make the graphs, and bring it with you on class Thursday. Am I still recording?